It's time to raise the roof for our latest spring training episode. Welcome back to the pod, everyone. I'm your host, Alex Murphy. With me today, my co-host Gibby. Gibby, how we doing? It's been a whirlwind of a last week. If you're a Rays fan, if you're a fan of sports, anything, there's a lot of stuff that's been going on.
Yeah, for sure. The Winter Olympics was awesome. That was pretty cool. All the hockey stuff was pretty cool, except some other things that we won't get into right now. But pretty good weekend, pretty good week of sports uh going on right now. So yeah, it's been pretty cool.
That I will 100% agree with. It's been a great week for sports. Everything that happened with the Winter Olympics was fantastic. We'll talk about the Winter Olympics later in this pod because we want to talk about the Rays to start out with because there's actual baseball to talk about. There are actual
Yes.
Rays games that have been going on. This is a beautiful thing. So we're going to talk about that. But yeah, we will get into the Winter Olympics because the Winter Olympics happened. It was a cool thing and it happened. And there were gold medals. And that guy from Norway won like six gold medals because he's basically the winter version of Michael Phelps and just nuts, crazy, crazy stuff.
Michael Phelps on skis from
Yes,
Norway.
Michael Phelps on skis running 6 minute miles.
Norwegian Michael Phelps,
Crazy,
some would
crazy,
say.
crazy man. So yeah, uh, going into Rays content, like I said, spring training has begun. First game for the Rays was over the weekend against the Braves. They've played two games since. Not really a lot of major things happening, but we saw Ian Seymour and Drew Rasmussen take the mound today. We saw Jacob Melton hit his first spring homer. It was a bomb. I still don't know how long it was because for the first time, um, what's the word for it? Every
Ballpark.
Major League Baseball team, every spring training site has StatCast. So
Yes.
when we sometimes had StatCast in previous game or in previous years at some places and didn't have it at others, we have it for every game this year, which is awesome. So that's why I was trying to figure out how far the homer went. It had to have gone at least 400. It was 105 off the bat, but they didn't say anything. Junior had a couple of 115-mile-an-hour singles and things like that. So yeah, a lot of really, really positive stuff. But I'll get into more of my thoughts later. But Gibby, what have you seen so far from spring training, and what are your thoughts about some of the performances from the Rays early on?
I don't put too much thought into it. Definitely I saw Jacob Melton's home run from the Pirates game. That was pretty crazy uh home run there. And Stat Cut just lost it, but I guess 105 off the bat, pretty good. So pretty impressive early from him, but you can't put too much hope in the spring training, but it's good that he's on it early because you can see no one's really in baseball shape yet, but Johnny DeLuca seems like he might be. He got a chance to help the Rays walking off today, and they did. So, great job from DeLuca, just hanging in there with that single. So I mean, yeah, there's not too much to say, but yeah, those are two guys that stand out. Just DeLuca's hit today, and then Jacob Milton's hit yesterday. And we got to see I got to see some Trey Morgan at bats, which you know what we found out today, Alex, about Trey Morgan is that his
Yeah,
real name
yeah.
is
Tell the people. Tell the people.
we didn't know his real name was John because I was looking at the we were just looking at the like I was just looking at the score on Google because I just Googled it on my phone, and then it just said I was looking at the roster. I'm like, where's Trey? I just see this J Morgan, and then because I couldn't see the first name, and then I clicked on it, and then that was Trey. I probably should have maybe should have guessed that, but yeah, that's a well kept secret because
I didn't think that his
I
first
didn't
name was
know.
John. Isn't John Morgan the name of the Morgan and Morgan dude? Am I going
Yeah, it
crazy?
is.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
good
The
on you
guy
for
who's trying to
switching.
steal the Rays away and go to Orlando.
Good on you for switching that up.
Yeah.
Trey Morgan that goes hard.
Trey Morgan's the better John Morgan.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, there was a bunch of pitchers that have pitched over the last couple of days.
Oh yeah, Rasmussen's been
Yeah,
pretty
Rasmussen
decent.
looked really good today, as did Ian Seymour. A bunch of guys have gotten just like one inning, all um, one inning stuff. A lot of the guys who the Rays picked up as like non-roster guys, like Cam Boozer, Yoendris Gomez, um, people like that. We've seen in like one inning stints. There's been a lot of one inning stints and two inning stints. I mean, it's all again with spring training, especially early on, you're just trying to get guys innings and get them used to pitching again. So none of that stuff is shocking. Griffin Jacks looked really good in his outing
Griffin
yesterday.
Jax did look really good.
Yeah, yeah, he looked. I think he struck out the side, so he looked.
Yeah.
He looked really solid in
I
his outing.
did he let up a hit? I think he
He
had
did
one
let
hit.
up a hit, but it was still striking on the side because he got all three
Okay.
outs via
Okay.
strikeouts. So baseball jargon and terminology is weird.
Yeah.
I'm fully aware of that, but yeah, no, definitely a lot of positive things coming. We still haven't seen a bunch of guys pitch. We still haven't seen Pep pitch. We still haven't seen Shane pitch. I don't know what I don't know when we're going to see Sugar Shane pitch, but he'll pitch soon, I'm sure. Garrett Clevenger. Who else am I missing? Some of the other starters like Nick Martinez and Steven Matz, guys like that. We haven't seen them pitch yet, so guys are going to be coming through. But like I said, a lot of one inning stints, things like that. Junior's looked really, really solid. He's made some really, really good plays at third already, which is great. Like I mentioned, the whole, he had two different singles in his first spring training game of 110, 111 miles an hour or more. That's great to see that he's hitting the ball hard off the jump. Cedric Mullins made a really good catch in center field today, which was great. DeLuca's gotten plenty of game time early on, as has Melton, as has Ben Williamson, who got a couple hits. I believe it was today. He also got a hit over the weekend, so a positive thing there. Taylor Walls is currently out. He should be back or coming back soon, but now Williamson is getting a little bit more runway to show what he's about. So positive thing there. Carson Williams got some hits. He's also had some struggles. So kind of a here and there type thing. We've seen Nick Fortes. We've seen Hunter Fiducia. We've seen plenty of Dominic Keegan. Hasn't really shown a lot so far. Um,
He
but
looks yoked though. He looks yoked though.
yeah,
So
no, he
that's important.
definitely. I mean, the power's there.
That's definitely more important is that he's yoked. It doesn't really matter if he's hitting the baseball or not,
I mean, it
Alex. It's
does kind
just
of matter if he's hitting the baseball because we need him to be a catcher. We can't just be like,
no, no, you're right.
he looks jacked,
You're
and then
right.
he hits like 170.
I forgot the reason we're here.
Yeah,
But yeah.
yeah. So a lot of positive things there. In a general sense, just how happy are you to have baseball back? Because like for me, it's really nice to just have it on in the background, and just like I can like pop up from doing work. I can see a baseball games going on, not just the Rays, but MLB TV as of right now. I believe all spring training games are free. So like if you need to, um, like if you want to watch another random game, you can. And I think that's all because of this new, like all of these teams are moving towards insert team name here TV to be games distributed and produced by Major League Baseball. So I think that's a lot of the reason for it. But like that's great for us because we can go see all these things and the Rays, even though they're only broadcasting 5 games on Rays TV, are going to have plenty of games on with a bunch of other teams, whether that be the Red Sox, the Pirates, the Orioles, the Yankees, the Blue Jays, the Phillies, any of those teams.
Yeah.
So that's great for us that we get to see them. Plus, if we don't, Statcast exists, so we can see Statcast. The games are going to be on the radio, so all that good stuff. But just like in a general sense, just how nice is it to have baseball back?
Oh yeah, Alex, it's great. You know, I'm on my journey to work and I have to pass the Steinbrenner Stadium, which we're not affiliated with anymore. So, this story, it's okay. So every time I do that, it's about when the Yankees fans are walking in and there's just a massive pile of them, over the bridge. So I get a lot of satisfaction flipping everybody off there. But I'm going like 45, so I doubt any of them see it, but it just the
There's no way that
gesture.
any of them see it. That's a
Yeah,
negative chance.
yeah, well, sometimes there's some traffic there because, those they like to coagulate the traffic there. Uh so yeah, it felt good, and then you pass right by the supposed next site after that on my way to work, so uh it's not too bad. It feels great. I love going to the Phillies ballpark for spring training. Uh, so I'll be there maybe next week, I think.
And we've
Or
gotten a chance to go to Dunedin together, so you've
yeah,
experienced that stadium. I
and
really like the Blue Jay Stadium.
I do like the Blue Jays Stadium a
Hmm.
lot. Ever since they made the improvements to it, and
Hmm.
they were there for a second, it's been
Oh, that place before that was a
yeah,
dump. Ooh.
dumb, dumb, absolutely. Uh, but yeah, so I'm definitely gonna make my way to Dunedin, but definitely going to Clearwater first. And then I'll eventually do Port Charlotte. You
Port
always
Charlotte's
forget how
not fun to
long
drive down
it's
to.
just not fun to drive down to, honestly. And then I don't know, you're just kind of there and it's hot. But it's pretty cold right now, actually. It's like 45 outside. It's a little
There we
chilly.
go.
I got a sweater on.
Ooh, look at that. Florida,
Dude,
Florida
you
winter
never,
weather.
maybe that gopher was on or what is it? A groundhog? That groundhog was on to something.
Yeah, yeah, the Groundhog Day. Great
Yeah.
movie as well,
Because
Brandon.
I thought in Florida, I thought the cold was like done like 2 weeks ago, and I thought it wasn't coming back because it was like 80 and people were going to the beach like a week ago. So there we go.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, it's the best. It's one of the best times of the year.
it is.
It just brings back so many childhood memories of me really not wanting to go to a spring training game.
Hey, spring training's great.
But
I will say,
but now I cherish it.
well,
Now I want to.
spring training's so much fun, and I think the difference, and the whole thing between Florida and Arizona, like Florida's more of like a you're going there for like a full day experience, that sort of a vibe. Arizona's like everything's within an hour of each other. So like, and a lot of this teams share stadiums. So in Florida, I believe there's only two stadiums that are shared by teams. That is Jupiter and West Palm Beach, which are both on the west or the east coast of Florida. Even in Fort Myers, both the Red Sox and the Twins, though they're both in Fort Myers, have two different stadiums. Um, so like for the most part, a lot of these teams have their own individual stadiums. So like you're going there for the day, it's like a
Mhm.
whole experience, that kind of thing. Like you don't have like the small towns that you're going through because in Arizona everything's around Phoenix and Phoenix is a massive city. So like it's all suburbs of Phoenix. In Florida, you're going down to Bradenton, which is a small coastal town. You're going to Sarasota, which is a small coastal town. You're going to Port Charlotte, Northport, Fort Myers. Like Lakeland is a small town. It's not on the coast, but it's a small town. Even like Jupiter, going out east, Jupiter,
Mhm.
Port St. Lucie, Dunedin, Clearwater, like all these, except for Tampa is like the main, is like the biggest area. But that sort of an idea is something that doesn't necessarily exist in Arizona, which I think makes Florida really unique. Also, I always point out the thing about Dunedin, which I love the most, is that there is a school that is directly past the outfield configuration area in left field. So, like hypothetically speaking, Vlad could nail a kid with a homer.
Yeah, that could
It's
happen.
not. It
Just like
probably
in the
isn't going to happen because
not
there's a massive thing. But like a kid could theoretically get hit with a Vladimir Guerrero Jr. homer.
but you know what's more likely? That happening in the home run derby this year.
Yeah, I mean,
Book it. Put it on Kalshi or
I
whatever.
might be going. I might. I no, 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 no prediction apps here. No Polymark or
No,
any of
no,
that
no, no,
garbage.
no, no.
Um,
I never
I
do any of that stuff.
I will say I might be going to the home run derby because if you guys don't know where it is and you guys don't know where I'm from, even though I have all this race stuff on, I am from South Jersey. I am from the Philadelphia area, and the All Star Game is going to be in Philly this year. So like I'm going to try to do my best. And the annoying thing is that that might mean that I don't go to the Longo retirement weekend because that's literally the weekend right before the All Star game. So like anything that I might want to do All Star related, I just might not be able to do. And I think I'm gonna try to see if I can get some sort of credentials to get us some content when we're there, which would be sick. Um, because like I said, that's my home, that's my hometown, that's my area, that's where I grew up. So it would be sick to do that. But there's a chance I go to the home run derby.
Hell yeah.
That would be
Especially if there's a
sick.
Rays player in there.
That would be
I mean,
sick.
it
I
would
would
have to
love
be
it.
Junior. Maybe it. Nah, not Rhonda,
Taylor
but
Walls.
Taylor.
The Bunting Derby of 2026.
Yes. Yes.
It's gonna. What was that in like Japan or Korea where they did the bunting derby? That's what we
That's
need.
actually we actually need that in the States because that was electric.
It was. I agree with you
It
on
was
that.
pretty electric.
But yeah, I mean, in a general sense, even though we're going to be watching position battles, we're going to be watching the battle at shortstop, the battle at second base, the battle in the outfield to see who does what. Because I mean, we've seen pretty much everyone at this point. I don't think. I mean, we've seen Valade, Vlad. I forget how they. I think it's Valade. Um, we've seen Justin Henry Malloy. We've seen DeLuca. We've seen. We haven't seen Chandler. I don't think. We haven't seen Chandler, and I don't think that we've seen Fraley yet, but we've seen Mullins. We've seen a bunch of the guys in the outfield already. We haven't seen Walls yet, but we've seen Williamson. We haven't seen Lux yet. Interesting note. We haven't seen Gavin Lux yet.
Hmm.
Um, but we've seen Carson Williams. We've seen all the catchers that are there. So like there are different position battles that are going to be happening, which I think are interesting to follow. It's just like when you're 2 games in or 3 games in, there's only so much that you can dissect, especially when the Rays have one win as of now and they've scored like 6 runs,
Yeah.
7 runs, something like that.
Yeah.
Um, like they haven't scored a lot of runs. So you're when you're averaging less than 3 runs a game through again, it's only spring training, so don't try to put too much thought into it. But when you're averaging that little runs, you can't really dissect as of right now of like who's doing what, who's doing, all that kind of stuff. So like it's going to take more time for us to figure out how things are going to go. But as of right now, A, it's nice to have the Rays back. B, it's nice to see some of these guys playing that we haven't seen before. And then C, Brandon Lau looks fucking ugly in a Pirates uniform. I don't want to hear any of this shit. He looks like a lost dog, and it makes me sad to see him wearing a number 5. Now, I will say he did wear number 5 when he was at Maryland, so I get the number 5 connection. But like, I wanted to barf when I saw that. I was so
Yeah,
I
man.
did not like it.
It's just the yellow, you know. Unless the Pirates they go back to when they smoked cigarettes like in the dugout, that's the only way it'll be cool.
It's not the same.
It's just not the same.
It's
But
not the
but with
same.
the cigarette, it would go pretty hard, you know.
I will say it is nice though, because if you think about like some of the bigger trades that have happened with the Rays in recent years, you think about Isak Paredes going to the Cubs, you think about Randy Rosarena going to the Mariners, you think about Longo going to the Giants. All those teams are out in Arizona for spring training. There hasn't been a lot of trades that the Rays have had. Like anyone who cares about Josh Lowe over with the Angels. Like Taj Bradley, if you want to consider him, he's with the Twins, who's in Florida. But like a lot of these guys that have had these big trades, Tyler Glass now, Dodgers, Florida, Arizona. They used to be in Florida, down in Vero Beach, but like a lot of the trades that they've done have been with teams that all are out in Arizona. So like we haven't seen the interactions of, oh, hey, this guy who used to be a fan favorite on the Rays is no longer on the Rays. Um, and he's like, getting to interact with the guys. Like that hasn't happened. It just hasn't happened recently. So like it's really weird that he got traded to a team that's also has their spring training in Florida because now we can see that dynamic happen where we haven't seen it in recent years. Um,
True.
like I don't know if the Rays are going to play the Marlins this year, but like I wonder what that dynamic's going to be when we see Pete in a Marlins uniform. That's going to be weird. Things like that. So that's just something to keep in mind because again, with a lot of these trades that the Rays have done, a lot of these guys haven't been traded to teams where they see each other in the spring. They only see each other sometimes during the season. Like Longo didn't even play at Tropicana Field throughout the remainder of his career because nothing lined up and they didn't have the whole interleague, every team playing every team thing like they do now. Uh, so like that's weird. And Longo played for a while after he was with the Rays, so things like that are interesting to kind of keep up with. But yeah, it's weird. Like game 2 and Lau's literally playing against the Rays. It's just it's I'm never gonna get used to that. So
Yeah. But
um, yeah. Oh, continue.
no, no, I don't know.
So yeah, like I said, not really much Rays talk going on. USF baseball is playing really well. University of Tampa baseball is playing really well. If you guys haven't seen what's going on in college baseball, now is the year to figure it out because the Rays have the number 2 pick. So if you want to go see Roch Tuwalski, if you want to go see Justin LeBron, if you want to go um, watch, whatever it is, Drew Burris, any of those guys. Like this is the time to catch up and start watching college baseball because these guys that you're seeing that are these big names of college baseball, those are going to be targets for the Rays at number 2. And people that we're going to be talking about closer to the draft. Probably not Chowalski because he's going to go number 1 unless the White Sox are stupid, which the White Sox are stupid. So you never know what's going to happen there.
Yeah.
But like in the general sense, y'all should be watching college baseball, especially this season, and also because the college baseball run here is sick. I mean, think about that. USF is really good right now, and Mitch Hannes has the boys playing really well. The University of Tampa is the most successful D2 team ever, and they're continuing to be really good. They're number 1 again. They're unbeaten so far. Like this is the time to watch, and like all of the teams in Florida are fun. Like if it's FSU or if it's the University of Florida or if it's Miami or Florida Gulf Coast or FAU or FIU or I don't even know who the heck you support. Like even the D2 teams are good. This is the time to go watch. It's fun.
Fun baseball, dude. Especially USF.
Yeah, USF is good. USF is good in a bunch of different sports, including men's basketball. Boys are
Oh
kind
yeah,
of boys are kind of humming right
basketball's
now.
going off. Yeah, I mean, I really like the coach. I
Hodgson.
was at, yeah, Hodgson. I was able to actually see like his before game speech to like season ticket members and like the lower uh suite level. And that was pretty cool. And you know, the way he just talks to everybody and he's very good at his team. So
I mean, things are going well, which is the
my
most
boy
important
Enos
thing that
is
you can
doing
ask for.
well. And I mean and the Spartans are doing okay. I mean, they're not the best, but
Maryland sucks, so
Carr
we don't need to talk about
Carr is
Maryland.
insane. Carr is insane.
We
But
don't need to talk about we don't need yeah for Evan's sake I will mention that Michigan is the number 1 team in the nation. They're probably not anymore because they lost to Duke in DC over the weekend, of which I didn't go to because I don't care about either team, and tickets were $300, not worth my time. um, but like Michigan's doing really well this year. Maryland sucks ass.
yeah.
I went to one game with like alumni pep band, and I might go to a game this weekend, but like I haven't made any attempt to watch them live or on TV because they're unwatchable this year. Like it sucks, but it's not.
No, yeah, I understand. I understand unwatchable ball, dude. Listen,
Yeah. Uh,
I've seen a lot of unwatchable ball in my days.
Unfortunately, but speaking of watchable ball and puck and luge and
And
bobsled,
skate.
skate, ski, whatever you want, snowboard. The Winter Olympics finished up. We've had a couple Olympics that have happened. Like we had Tokyo, we had Paris, we had Beijing, and now we have Milan Cortina.
Hmm.
That's at 4 that have happened since we've been doing this because the Japan one got moved back because of COVID. Um, so that's pretty wild to think about. But Team USA did pretty damn well. The women's team got more gold medals than the men's team. Important to note. That one day where Alyssa Liu won the individual figure skating competition, and then earlier, like an hour before, the women's ice hockey team won gold over Canada and OT. Um, that was probably one of the best days for women's sports ever. Like
Yeah,
that day
I
was
mean,
sick.
I gotta say, Alyssa Liu had me
Dude,
almost
that free skate
crying.
routine was nuts.
Yeah, she is nuts. She's a triumphant athlete. I mean, it's just one of the best stories in sports right now. You know, just hands down, Alyssa Liu. And Bay Area, she's a Bay Area representative, you know, for Oakland. So that's pretty cool. I think she's just awesome. She's awesome. And
Yeah, that
clearly the world's felt fallen in love because she went from like 300K
to
followers
like 4 million.
to like 4 million, which is insane. But
She was a
yeah,
hell of a lot of
congratulations to
fun to
her.
watch.
She was so much fun to watch. I mean, that was great. The hockey team, the women's hockey team, we love it. We love it, dude. that was just spectacular. I mean, that one-on-one goal at the end just had me so
Dude,
hyped.
I don't know if it was a deke or what it was, but like that to get to that point and then slot it through, that was like in the moment, that's probably one of the greatest goals ever scored in like maybe in hockey in general. I mean, if you think about it, to do that one on one against the defender, deke him out, basically go, cross him over and then go 5 hole for the goalie and score and win. I mean, that's nuts.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was just spectacular. I mean, and then I guess we'll talk about the men's.
Well, there's more things to talk about.
Yeah, yeah,
We had the Mono Bob. I forget the woman's
true.
name, but she was the oldest gold medalist in U.S. history, which is sick. We had the team figure skating gold medal. I know Amber Glenn didn't get it in the individual because she struggled in the short program, but she dominated in the free skate. She had like the third best free skate. She finished fifth. She went from 13th to fifth. That's pretty sick. Ilya Malinin didn't have success, but did win a gold as part of the team skate. So big thing there. I don't really think that there was like, I mean, obviously with men's and women's ice hockey winning. That was like the the big thing. Oh, the guy. Oh, I forget his name. The guy, the speed skater. He won 2 golds and he won a
Oh
silver.
yeah, yeah,
Um, so like those were kind of like the biggest ones in terms of individual accomplishments. Yeah, the U.S. men's ice hockey team. I would feel way better about it after,
yeah. I
you
mean,
know,
let's just talk. We'll talk about the game first, and then
yeah,
we'll get into the
I
app.
don't want to talk about what happened afterwards. You guys
So,
have seen it all online.
so yeah. I mean, the game was absolutely
Oh, the
incredible. I
game
mean,
was fantastic.
America woke up at 8 a.m. to watch. I mean, Hattrick Sports Bar in Tampa was filled up. Everyone was watching there. Uh, it was great seeing John Cooper on the other side for the Canada team, even though we ended up beating them. Uh, it was great. I mean, the overtime goal was amazing. I don't know how Canada didn't score that one goal when the net was like wide open.
Dude, there were so
Uh,
many wide open, and then the great save from Hellebuck on
yeah,
the other wide open one.
yeah. So, I mean, there was something in the air there. So that was fantastic. And I mean, they brought out who was the one NHL player who died, and they brought out like his
Oh yeah,
daughters
Johnny
to.
Gaudreau. They brought out his
So
jersey and
so
they brought
yeah,
out
they
his
brought out
kids
his
out.
daughters. That was a very nice thing of them to do, and I mean, and that was great and great hockey story there. And
Yeah, and nothing
and then
else happened
and
afterwards.
then nothing else happened
Yeah,
afterwards,
yeah,
guys. Nothing, just
nothing
completely
else.
nothing else.
No, but I mean,
But
on
what I
that,
will say is
what?
what I'm most mad at, I don't care about, the one guy who was supposed to be there that was there.
Yeah.
Uh, but I just didn't like the crap about the women's team. That was
No,
just,
the
I
women's
feel
team
like,
is objectively better than the men's team because
like,
they've
let's
got
be,
more
yeah,
gold medals.
exactly. They get it every fucking year.
Yeah,
So, I mean, why are we laughing? I
they're
mean,
they're better than the men. It literally took the men's team 46 years to win a gold medal, and I
yeah.
think they
So
only have
I hope
two.
the women's team just doesn't end up showing up to the White House.
I don't
You know.
believe that they're going to. I believe that they said that they're not go. They declined the invitation to go to the State of the Union address. Um, and then I think Flavor Flav put out something saying, "Hey, if you want to go celebrate, I can get y'all to Vegas and we can have like a real celebration." So like, it would be pretty
Hey,
funny
hey,
if Flavor
that's my president.
Flavor Flav. Dude, he's been a champion of women's sports. He had the he I believe he sponsored the bobsled teams after he sponsored the water polo team in France in Paris for the Olympics. So he sponsored the I believe it was the skeleton the bobsled team for the US. I don't know if it was just the women's bobsled team, but it just said US bobsled and skeleton team. So that's pretty sick. Flavor Flav is such a big supporter of women's sports, and that's awesome to see. But yeah, going back to the game, the goal from Jack Hughes after getting nailed, like he lost two of his teeth.
Oh yeah, that was insane.
I mean, his teeth got knocked out. Like to come back from that, and also I don't care what
Yeah,
Chris
dude, I
said.
have like one cavity and it's like detrimental to my life right now.
Yeah, but
So I can't imagine how that felt
yeah,
playing for
and
an
then he
extra
basically
15
played
minutes.
like 10 minutes after that. It wasn't
Yeah,
like there was a break.
yeah, no,
But yeah, the that whole setup with the goal, and then also the 3-on-3 overtime was great. I know Coop was talking about how he didn't like it. 3-on-3 overtime is so great for the NHL. I think that like 5-on-5 works, and maybe it would have worked in this, and maybe it kind of ruined the whole thing because maybe 4-on-4 would have been better as it was when Crosby scored the golden goal in 2010. But I just think that, and the reason why they've done 3-on-3 is to create more excitement, and
yeah,
it's worked. I mean, like Canada had a really good shot. They had a 1-on-1 opportunity and it
yeah.
didn't work out, and then the U.S.
I
gets
mean
an on.
that's
Yeah,
how it goes. I mean
yeah,
that's when you're playing 3-on-3, it just breakaway, breakaway, breakaway. So I mean,
yeah. I mean, it was an
there's a
odd man
point to
rush.
what there's a point to what he's saying, but I like the aspect of finishing up, trying to finish it up before it goes to a shootout. I don't know.
Yeah,
I like game moments. I don't feel like I feel like when it goes to shootout, you do remember it, but there's not like unless there's like a really iconic goal in the
yeah,
shootout,
yeah.
like you're not gonna remember it as well. So
No, I
yeah,
agree,
I like
and
in-game
also,
goals better.
well, and also like you look at when the Lightning had that 5-OT game against what was it, Columbus in the playoffs or whomever it was that they had the 5-OT game against. Like
Yeah,
that was fun to an extent, and then you realize that you were watching a hockey game for 5 hours, and you were like, "Please let this end." Um,
yeah, that was insane.
yeah, that
That was
that
a
is
little
like
insane.
that's the extreme of it. But I mean, 3-on-3, like it created that opportunity. It created the opportunity for Hughes to be able to get open in the slot and then put one past Bennington for the goal. Like, and those are the kind of moments that I like, and I'm glad that they had that because I think it created a more memorable moment. And also, like I think it was like a 10-minute OT. And I was like, there's no way 3v3 they're going 10 minutes. Like that's nuts. So I'm glad it didn't go 10 minutes. I'm glad that we got a game a winner out of it. I will not share my thoughts about everything that happened afterwards. Because we don't need to talk about that here. But in terms of the actual situation itself, literally 46 years to the day that they had the Miracle on Ice where the US beat the USSR with a bunch of, a pro
Hmm.
basically a country of pro athletes versus a bunch of college guys. That was a pretty cool story. First time that the NHL has had guys back in the Olympics since 2014. So 12 years that we haven't had it. Now we have it. It's really cool to see that. And also, I know that Manfred going to baseball. I know Manfred is talking about wanting MLB players to play in the Olympics in 28 when they have it, because that's now next up the Summer Olympics in 28 in LA, because baseball is returning for that, among a bunch of other new sports. Baseball's an old sport, but a bunch of other new sports that are being introduced. But like, I think it would be sick if MLB players played in the Olympics because, like, I kind of enjoyed watching it in 2020, but it was like I don't want to watch Eddie Alvarez getting meaningful at bats in a gold medal game. Like I'm not gonna lie, this guy's a career minor leaguer, and I don't want to see him getting like I want to see Judge, I want to see Trout against Otani like in the World Baseball Classic in 23. That's the kind of at bats I want to see. I don't want to see like I don't even know who it was. I mean, like I know like Julio was on the team because he was in the minor leagues at the time, but like I don't want to see Joey Batista. I don't want to see Jose Batista. That's Joey Batista. I was thinking Joey Bats. I don't want to see Jose Batista playing when he's like 42 and he's been retired from Major League Baseball for a couple of years. Like I don't want to see that.
That really did happen last time, didn't
It
it? Was
did.
that was in 2020, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it did because the way that it worked is that if you had a major league contract, you weren't allowed to play. Like they were only allowing some, like Joe Ryan was part of it because he was a Rays prospect at the time, but he wasn't actually with the team, so like he was able to go. So like it kind of falls in line to what the Miracle on Ice story was, where like you can't have pro players in it, at least if you were the U.S. But at a certain point, I want to see pro guys play. Like I want to see major leaguers play against major leaguers. I don't want to see
I want him to play for whatever country they want. Get a role to who was trying to go on Team Great
Aroldis
Britain.
Chapman was trying to go in Great Britain.
That is crazy. I would love that so much. Just let him do it, please. Let him play with Aroldis Chapman and then like nine plumbers. I love that idea. Like, please.
I mean, it is funny, but like, hopefully in the future we can get that where major leaguers are going to play, and we don't have guys that are recently retired, plus guys that are prospects playing against other guys that are recent. Like, it just kills the vibes. I think it would be cooler. I think for everyone's sake, it would be cooler if we actually got major leaguers in there. So hoping for the best in 28. But hats off to the 2026 Winter Olympics. You were sick. Diplo was in the closing ceremonies. That was really random that Major Lazer was there. Didn't make any sense to me, but whatever. So yeah, shout out to you, 2026 Winter Olympics. Thank you for the memories. It was a fun couple of weeks, and now we can focus on baseball. Most important thing, it
It's
was a
our
little
turn.
bridge.
It's our turn,
It
as
is.
they
It was a
say.
nice little bridge. We had the end of the football season, then we had a little bridge into which we all predicted that right, by the way. We didn't, the Seahawks weren't going to lose that game, and they
Oh yeah.
dominated.
Oh yeah.
But like, we had that transition into the Winter Olympics, transition into baseball. So it was a nice little segue into everything, which I appreciate. But I think that pretty much wraps things up on this episode. I don't think we have anything else. First off, we appreciate y'all as always. We appreciate your support. We continue to grow here, and it's all because of y'all. If you guys want to follow what we have going on here, it's Raise the Roof TB on social media, Twitter/X, Instagram, Blue Sky. Our YouTube channels, Raise the Roof. Be sure to subscribe to us there. Turn on those post notifications so you know when new uploads are coming, because we're trying to upload as much as possible. Interviews, podcast clips, anything under the blue. We're going to try to upload here. These podcasts continue to support us as you guys have been. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, leave us a review, hopefully a 5-star review, and share this with your family, your friends, anyone you know who's a baseball fan or a Rays fan that wants to add a podcast into their podcast feed. We'd love to be part of it. And shout out to our sponsors, SeatGeek, In the Clutch, and JKS Prints. Be sure to use that code Raise the Roof in all caps, RAYS the Roof in all caps at checkout. Save yourself some money. Get yourself some spring training tickets, opening day tickets for the Rays, anything of that nature, merch, all that good stuff. Save yourself some money. Help us out in the process. With all that being said, thanks so much for listening, and as always, Raise up.
Raise up, baby.